Hello guys, this is D007 series. You can also refer to me as Jack, as that's my name. Today I will be reviewing the 10th Doctor collector figure set and the history of the Daleks collector figure set also. I think we'll start off with the history of the Daleks figure set, so let's get into it. So as you see before you, this is the history of the Daleks collector figure set. I got it for $21.99 today. It looks like a pretty cool set, if you ask me. It's got two Daleks, a translucent Dalek, and a well, I don't know what year precisely this is. I know it says on the box, but this is a classical looking one, and people often refer to it as the jam ear, because it's got jam on the ear a bit, and it's also got a torch. What I'll zoom in on just there. Well, you know, so obviously can't see an awful great amount because it's in the box still, but I will unbox it for you guys. And yeah, so if you want, you can pause the video on this frame, and you can also pause the video on this frame. So just like this. Sorry, I got a bit of damage there because got it from B&M and it got a bit of damage where you have to pull the security sticker off, but I'm gonna let you guys have a look, and you can pause the video if you want to read all that. So here we have them, guys. This is the history of the Daleks, and don't know why I'm going to keep saying that. I'll leave it at that. Have a nice look at them. So I'll try to give you a full 360 view on it. This is the gold and black one, and I believe these haven't been released again since 2008. So I'm very lucky to have this. It was absolutely almost impossible getting these out the box safely. As you can see, they've changed the design package of how they have the Daleks in the box, which is a bit annoying, but I guess with all them twiddly wires that they wrap them in the box in, it will do. So here's this Dalek, as I just showed you. The eyes can go, oh, don't want to break it. It's a bit stiff. Some of us YouTubers haven't really got a stiff eye, but I don't want to damage my eye on my Dalek. But the sucker can turn a bit, and so can the exterminating gun. Head can do a full 360 turn, as shown. And we'll move on to the translucent Dalek. Now, obviously, you're going to see some minor screw holes on the inside. And some people had a number, hang on, has mine got a number 10? No, mine doesn't, but mine has got a bit of writing there. But some people have a number 10 written on them, but you can just sort of see inside mine. What I will do is I will shine my light through it from my other phone, what I film my stop motion videos on, just to give it a cool effect. Now that is pretty cool. I will show what it's like with the lights, with the curtains drawn. Obviously it is currently daytime in this video, but that is just pretty cool, I have to admit. Obviously it's an invisible Dalek from one of the John Pertwee episodes, I believe. But yeah, I will just show what it's like with it being a bit more darker. Pretty cool. Maybe that made a bit of a difference. But yeah, no. My iPhone I use for the stop motions. That is pretty cool. But yeah, I will open the curtains again now and we'll get right to it. Now on this Dalek, I've managed to get the eye stalk to go up a bit. Obviously I've seen a YouTube video on someone else's and theirs can go all the way up, but I don't want to test that on mine because mine's feeling a bit stiff. And that could snap off if you try to push it up too much. So I will show you this one. Head on this one can also do a 360 turn, as shown. The gun stalk can, you know, move. This one can move, and all I have now is to see if the eye stalk moves okay. And yes, That does. That moves brilliantly. Now, there has been a variant of this one where it has black spray paint on it. But I don't have that one, as that was a 2008 set. So I will just turn these two around for you to have a look at. And we'll go on to the next set. Now, I have got a lot of Doctor Who figure collectibles, and when I have the time, I will review all of them near enough if I can. But here we'll go on to the next video. We'll go on to the next figure set. So here before you, you have the 10th Doctor set. I actually really like it. There's a lot of critiques on this because it has a few differences to past releases. Obviously, I will allow you to have a look at the back if you want to have a read. Now, a lot of people have pointed this out. I'm not the first, I'm not the last that's going to do this, probably on a YouTube video. But if you look here, it says this figure has ball-jointed shoulders not released before. Now, I think that might have been a mistake on character options' behalf, because if you look here, there's no ball-jointed shoulders. They're peg shoulders. But I'm not bothered, really. I really like the detail because they've taken away the pinstripes. Now, I think it was nice having that pinstripe texture on the suit. Obviously, this one does, because this is a comic version of the 10th Doctor. But I think it's better the blue suit's left alone without pinstripes, in my opinion, because you can see the blue a lot better. Very neat. Like, obviously, they've reused the head sculpt that they've sort of always near enough used since 2005 onwards, or should I say 2006. But yeah, I would have liked to have at least the only thing I'd like to have seen is a different head sculpt, like the tuxedo suit figure, what I've got in my collection also. Maybe use that head, but never mind, it's still a good figure set, and I will open it, and yeah, let's get into it. So here we have a fresh out the box 10th Doctor in his blue suit. Now, I really like this. Some people don't, but just taking a look at it, they've done a repaint on the tie, as you can see, and no pinstripes, which is, in my opinion, a bonus because it makes the figure look a lot better. The shoes have been weathered, as you can see, where you probably can't pick it up greatly, but what I'll do is I will compare the figures together. So here you can take a look at the 10th Doctor figure on the right that come from the 10 figure gift set series 3 box that I did a picture review on my channel. You can try find that somewhere. It's quite a few videos due to the stop motion videos I make. Yeah, so this one has pinstripes, as you can sort of tell. What I'll do is flash my light on it so you can see the details. So yeah, I think it is a nice figure with the pinstripes, but if you look at it realistically, this one sort of shows his blue suit a lot better. The ties are very different, well, not very different, just a bit of a different paint job, but yeah, I'll show you the shoes, because there is a little difference, not a big difference, but between these two, they're on camera it doesn't look at all any different, but sort of the darker blue suit have more sort of clean Converse. But I'll turn them around so you can have a look like that. It's hard to get these figures to stand a lot of the time, and I'm clumsy and end up knocking them over. But yeah, that's them from behind. This, yeah, so yeah. Right, we'll move on to the next figure. So here we have the 10th Doctor in his coat. Now, I've heard that the coat's a bit of a lighter brown, which is apparently more screen accurate. Don't quote me, I don't really pay that much attention to the coat. But yeah, that's him in his lovely suit. His shoes on this figure, you'll notice, have got weathering. You just can't see it very well on the other figure. But if it focuses, You might be in luck to see it. You can sort of see it. I'll compare him next to my 10th Doctor in coat figure. Sorry, seeing my fingers through. I'm using a phone stand for this, so it's a bit temperamental. But here it is, the 10th Doctor with pinstripe in coat. Now, these figures are hard to stand, like I said, but again, you can see minor differences. And yeah, I haven't got a problem with either figure. I just personally prefer the one that I've just got, which is the one on the left. So again, you can see pinstripes on the right-sided one, which is a bit of a darker blue, and this one, which he sort of wears. He looks a lot more like this suit in the Wedding of Sarah Jane, that episode from years ago, which was a really good episode, two-parter. But yeah, as you can see, this one I just personally prefer. Now the coats, like I said, I can't see an awful difference. I think this one on the right might be a bit darker, but yeah, no, both a good couple of figures. We'll move on to the comic variant of the Doctor, and I also have an own personalised version of that, because before any of that really happened, I thought I'd make a 10th Doctor, raggedy 10th Doctor, from about a year ago, just for an experiment if I was to make him regenerate into the 11th Doctor, which I'll show after I've just reviewed the next figure. As you can see here, scruffy looking 10th Doctor, like his clothing's worn. Yeah, I don't mind this figure. I think it's cool. Haven't got a problem with it necessarily. Although there is one slight issue that people have raised, and I'm not the first. If you look, no one's going to really pay attention, but on the pinstripes, they sort of, there's not any on, like, there is some on his bottom area, but, you know, there's, it's not consistent all the way around. But nonetheless, it's still good. It's got a different detail to the tie. It's got some like scratch marks, mud stains on the shirt. But overall, pretty good. Shoes are absolutely weathered. You can definitely tell a difference. I will pop the Matt Smith one next to him, and then I'll put my custom one there. So as you can see, two different blues, different ties, and obviously different heads. And the shoe wise, Matt Smith's has not really weathered shoes, which I prefer the weathered shoes because they're sort of more accurate to the 10th Doctor's clothes image on screen. So there you go. Alright, now I will put my custom 10th Doctor aside, as I actually made, well, not made this, but I actually did this before this figure set was even announced, which is quite oddly satisfying. Here's my 10th Doctor in his in his just sort of regenerated outfit. From the Matt Smith regenerated figure. Just swap the heads. Let's remove this one. Now, I'm not going to lie, because this one, I don't know, really, it's a hard one. I prefer the one I've got today, which is this one on the right side, because this shirt's, you know, like, it's like a more of a whitey baby blue, maybe a little lighter than the one on the left. But on camera, the one on the left looks so, I don't know, blue, the shirt. But yeah, no, I like them both, but yeah, they're both as good as one another. Maybe, this is just my opinion, this might be the last pegged arm version of the 10th Doctor, seeing as on the packaging it says that this is the first ball jointed release Doctor. Now maybe they're going to bring out in the future another 10th Doctor with different articulation, which will be great, like ball jointed arms, so then you can pose the 10th Doctor in different ways, which will be great. Just like this one, which is a little damaged, as I have actually took this head off before and put it on another figure. But what I'll do is move these two out of the way, and this is the ball jointed arms. So what I mean by ball jointed, obviously you probably know, but just in case, you can move like that, and on an average normal 10th Doctor you can't do that. You can only forward and backward. So yeah, and when I meant tuxedo head, this is the head sculpt in mind I had for this figure set, if they'd have used this head. But nevertheless, that's all fine. And yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like and subscribe if you're new. And I will continue to do my stop motion videos very soon. Peace out.